Hold on tight. Please keep your trays in the upright and locked
Flummery.
position.
The Flummery.
To the Flummery.
You do anything you want me to.
Flummery.
To your earlobes.
The Flummery. The Flummery.
To the Flummery.
To your earlobes.
Flummery.
The gaga, frosty, the frostage.
To the Flummery.
Sorry, that's the Scuba Steve.
To the Flummery.
Flummery.
Frosty, the frostage. The gaga.
To the Flummery.
Into the flummery to your earlobes.
Flummery.
You do anything you want me to. Earlobes.
Welcome back to the Flummery. It's been a long time again. We got to get our shit straight.
Not long enough.
Welcome to the Flummery number 38. I am joined by my cohort, Adam Ingebrigtsen, a.k.a. Nemesis, a.k.a. Lunchbox Pale Kid.
AKA Condiment King, AKA Frosty, because I'm cool like that.
And I am back. Lance.
AKA lactose free ice cream.
Lactose intolerance Lance. That's my garbage pail kid.
Is it really?
Lactose intolerance Lance.
Guess what mine is?
I'm
It's
just
the
kidding.
worst.
It's not mine. What?
I really have one.
Adam Bomb.
It's the fucking worst.
There's a couple Adams though, I think.
I'm glad we went on this right now.
What? Garbage pail kids?
Yes.
Why?
There's some that are worse, but dude, Atom Bomb is the dumbest shit. Because people say, hey, Atom Bomb,
It's the most
before they ever
recognizable.
had.
It's the most recognizable one though.
Oh no, I think that really shitty trash one was pretty recognizable. Like it's really gross. Whatever that really gross shitty one was.
I think Adam Bomb is the most one though.
Oh, God. I hated Atom Bomb because I had already heard it a million times.
Yeah.
You know, before Garbage Pail Kids ever were in my periphery. Oh,
I don't even know who that is.
periphery is like the outer edge kind of deal, like
Yeah.
a transition. I'm pretty sure that's Oh, are you looking up Lance? Oh, there's holy shit. There's a lot of them. Okay,
Yeah.
let's read a couple of them off. Oh, this is just Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, to
Out.
lunch, Lance.
That sounds about right.
That's dumb.
I'll go find Atom Bomb.
Neck Lance.
That's way better.
It's like Mr.
It's
T.
like Mr. T wrapped around.
Launch Lance.
Wow, there's a lot of Lances.
Pick a booger. What?
Pick Booger
I
Barack.
think
No, that's different. Gina Cleaner, which could be pronounced Gina Cleaner. That's fucked up.
Rockin' Robert.
Rockin' Robert. Mad Mike. That's not.
Little. What?
These are like, there's some real ones in here, and then fresh sardines. Fishy Phyllis. Okay, so what we're seeing here is they've got like a mermaid in a sardine can, which,
These first three got to be real.
yeah. Okay, now do Adam. Go up and just like redo it for Adam. Garbage Pail Kids, Lance. Not Lance, but Adam, yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. Put Adam in there instead of Lance. The 2017, they're still making them. Atom Bomb. Okay, we got all those. What's that fourth one?
This one?
Oh, the fourth. That's the fifth. The Discovery of Fire. Okay, that's not even real, I don't think. Atom Boom. Oh, that's a good one. That's a farting one. And it's like a mushroom cloud out of his asshole. That is for sure way more me.
They're still making these?
Yes. Didn't you see it's a 2017 Walmart price on the last
Dude,
page?
I'm going to start getting these again.
God, they're so... one of the guys at work was putting them on stuff, or people's like locker or their, notepad or whatever. Eternal Atom, I like that. It's like He-Man.
Yeah, He-Man was gay.
What? No, he wasn't.
He had pink foo-foo shit on.
Do you know who was gay, though?
Who?
Well, have you ever seen American Tail?
No.
Do you... Really? Mm-mm. Do you know who Feifel is? Feifel, however you want to... I think it's Feifel.
No.
He was gay.
Learned of me.
He was a homosexual mouse.
You don't think that when He-Man was not in his He-Man suit and he had that pink thing with a fucking foo-foo thing around him?
No, I don't really remember it. I wasn't like thinking about like who was gay and who wasn't when I was like 8. I don't think anyone
Prince
does.
Adam, is that his name?
Yeah, it is true actually. But
I am
so
Prince
Fievel,
Adam.
he had, he had the hat and the way he wagged his tail. You just tell that he's a homosexual mouse, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you think about it, he had to hide it.
We're not saying there's anything wrong with it.
I know that. I'm just saying there isn't. So, but he had to hide it for years. I mean, and what does that tell you? That's the real tragedy. That's the real American tale, if you will. So anyway, why are Prince Adam He-Man? Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm the prince.
Look at this fucking outfit.
It's just because that's how they wore it back in the day. Like Robin, he looks like Robin Hood with a Speedo, fur Speedo.
Pink and like purple fuchsia.
So why did they need to show his legs in that outfit? It looks like Donald Duck with a Speedo on. Look at the picture.
Right here? Yeah, I see it. Isn't that
Kylie Minaj, Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj? He-Man.
That's not really.
I watched He-Man too.
Here's the problem with He-Man.
Look at this dude.
Why couldn't it be? Giggles.
That is awesome.
So we're looking at pictures on the interwebs of He-Man and stuff. But, so anyway, why? Think about it. It's He-Man. What if He-Man didn't identify as a
Should
man?
we go live?
Yeah. No.
Why
did? Well, we could. I don't care. What if He-Man didn't identify as a man? Zimzer, all that.
Is he one of those guys that are using pronouns?
Yes. What if he doesn't like his pronoun?
I read this article in the City Pages today.
What if he just wanted to be called Me-Man? Oh, I didn't read an article. I'm just wondering. I
don't know, but
we're
raising snowflakes.
Don't say that. That's so stupid. Don't use that word.
Snowflakes.
Listen, just don't.
What happened?
You're politicizing what we're talking about
now.
Parenting. That term has a certain connotation.
Does it?
Yeah, it's
Tell me about
not
it.
worth it. Oh, well, it's funny because they're complaining about everybody else being total pussies about everything, but they're being total pussies about everything, and then they're calling everyone else snowflakes. That's what it means. It's stupid. It's a dumb term. Anyway, so you know me, I'm really into this, making sure I'm calling everybody the right pronoun thing.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously.
We're thinking too much as a people a little bit sometimes too.
No, but it is funny. It brought up something, and I've heard other people mention it, and I hate it. I really, really hate it. Like, if you have a child that you think identifies as somebody else, and they're like fucking 5 or 6, they're asking them like, oh, what do you identify as today? We're going to let you go to school. What do you we want you to go to school feeling comfortable, which is fine. Let them wear whatever they want, but don't then make it like it's a he, she type of thing. It's just they want to wear a certain type of clothes. And they're asking these kids, what sexuality do you identify as?
It's too young to be doing that.
They don't know anything about it. They don't.
Oh.
Plus, you're putting ideas in their head where later on, if they weren't confused and they're just having fun and they want to act like a girl that day.
I mean, like my sisters dressed me up in girl shit, but I wasn't like, I'm a girl.
Yeah, but you were probably like, ha ha ha, giggling.
Yeah,
and
I was
loving
like
it, right?
too young to even fucking know left.
Because you're playing with your sisters and stuff.
Well, they were playing with me because they're like 10 years older.
But you're getting the attention. You're loving it.
They're like, oh, put some lipstick on me.
What if your parents came in and was like, oh, son, you look so good in the outfit that they dressed you up in. Do you identify sexually as a female?
You shouldn't be doing that.
There's no way you'd be like, what? And then, or you could just be like, going along, yeah, yep, I do. Like, kids say whatever the fuck they want. They don't know this shit. It's so ridiculous.
That's part of the parenting that I have a problem with.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I believe in that parenting could have been better.
Listen, you still, even when you're in your late teens, early 20s, you don't know your head from your asshole.
Seriously. Just goofing around.
You are. You're still figuring your shit out.
When I was 14 or 15, I would have shoved it anywhere. I'd have filled the fucking Ziploc baggie up with lotion and put a rubber band on it.
And,
smacked it between two pillows.
And next subject.
You didn't like that imagery?
Well, use a telephone pole with a knotted hole in it with slivers.
Am I in trouble? Should I have said I was 18?
Yeah. Yep.
Can't talk about that, dude. Dude, don't talk about your dick.
Yeah. Parents shouldn't be going down that road with a kid that young.
If anything, a good parenting for me. Okay, this is my opinion, right?
Setting
Let me know if you agree, right?
Morals and boundaries.
Good point. Boundaries, right? So for me, the boundary would be just not to just like not that it's some big secret and it's a taboo or something. Just don't really talk about it till you need to. Don't make it a thing until they want it to be a thing. Mm-hmm. Like, let's say they're having trouble, and they're going through puberty. Then they kind of...
That's where you say certain little things, but you don't imply anything.
You figure them out as a parent, but you don't put stuff in their head, right?
You listen more than you fucking imply.
Yes. Listening. Okay. Thank you. So we totally agree.
Yeah.
We totally agree. Yeah. So you'd listen to them. You'd want to make them feel comfortable. You want to accommodate and lovingly raise them and cherish whoever they're going to be, right?
But don't put shit in their head either.
Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of listen and help them figure it out. Not passively, I guess, isn't probably not the best approach, but like, okay, I'm glad that we talked about it. You know what I mean?
But if you're raising a girl and she's like 12 or 13 and you're like
smoking cigarettes, throwing rocks through windows.
She's like at a friend's house and some guy's like, hey, let's do this. In this article I read today, and I'm just going to...
12 or 13?
Well, listen, she's 16 or 17,
I know you're not
and
saying.
she was out in a car like in rural Minnesota with some guy, and he was like forcing himself on her, and she's like, I didn't know it was right for me to say it's not okay. I'm like, where are your parents in all this?
Yeah.
Where are your parents?
How are you with an adult in the car like that?
When you're a parent, you say, if you feel uncomfortable with somebody trying to do something with you, you have every right to say, no, you can't do that to me. And I'm wondering where this kid got fucking screwed up, because the parenting wasn't setting boundaries, or for the kid saying, hey, if I don't feel comfortable about this, I can say no about it. To hear that, to see that and read that in print about this kid saying, I didn't know it was okay for me to say no.
That's bad. Did I just... Oh, God, I just deleted this.
So fucking infuriating.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm going to copy this. So, it is really frustrating, because if you're talking to your kid... Okay, I would argue that kind of what you're saying, here's what it means to me. Your first responsibility is to help them protect themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Your first responsibility is to aggressively, not passively, but aggressively protect their sexuality.
And that includes setting boundaries with their thought process too. It's like, if you don't feel comfortable, then you have every right to say no.
Yes.
This is not.
You tell them the facts, right? They only need to know the basic facts for a while.
Right.
Like, hey, don't let anyone hurt you. Don't let anyone think that it would be your fault because they're doing something to you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't allow people to do things you don't appreciate. Learn how to kick somebody in the balls or the boobs or whatever.
And you do whatever you can to get out of a situation if you're in harm's way.
Teach them about screaming. Teach them about, all the techniques they can do to get out of situations like that. Yeah, I agree.
That brings up the point of me watching the Toolbox Killers in Southern California.
Okay, so...
Late 70s and early 80s.
Are you... Okay, so we did talk about this a little. You've been into... Go ahead and let you explain it.
I've just been on a really, I wouldn't say it's like a satisfying kick, but a really intriguing kick on watching things on serial killers, and either watching or...
We got them.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
A lot of it's been on podcasts. Some of it's on YouTube or whatnot, but the latest one I've been watching is they're two guys. They're called, I think a lot of 8mm was based off of this.
Oh, really? Snuff porn?
Yeah.
Okay.
So these two guys, Lawrence Bittaker and Roy Norris, they're considered the lunchbox killers, and they're based out of SoCal, like Redondo Beach, and anywhere southern LA to northern LA, even up to San Jose. Oh, where were they? Anyways, in that area, they met.
Segundo.
They met in jail.
Oh, that's always great.
Yeah. So they kind of harvested their relationship that way. And found they obviously confided in each other. Yeah, confided and shared thoughts and feelings on how shit. And they, I think it was 79 to. No, they killed from it was a couple months. June 24th, 79 to October 31st of 79, and they did 5 or 6 killings.
Oh wow!
And all young women.
Yeah, like how
not
young?
women, like children still.
And that's why they called it the lunchbox, because they were carrying lunchboxes and shit.
No, the toolbox. Did I say lunchbox?
You did.
I meant toolbox killers.
Is that because you called me lunchbox earlier?
Anywhere between 13 and 18 or 19. So they called toolbox killers because they used tools on torturing them.
Okay, toolbox. Oh, they tortured.
They would rape and then
this is hard for me to.
You should hear the accounts of it. They would rape. They would one girl. They shoved an ice pick in both of her ears. And she still wasn't dead, and then they bludgeoned her with a sledgehammer in the head.
Okay, that's cool of them.
And they would rape them, obviously.
Yeah, that's their thing.
I mean, you should hear. I'm like, I can't even describe it the way it was described on the podcast.
What podcast are you listening to?
Serial killers.
Oh, okay.
It's just called Serial
Is
Killers.
that like an NPR thing, or?
No, look it up here.
Okay, so should I be worried that you're so into serial killers right now? Are you grooming yourself?
I am. Well, the biggest thing is, you got to ask me, did I start hurting animals?
Well, you're not a little kid anymore, so.
That's what it is right there.
Huh. How did you find that?
I don't know, just webbing around on the fucking...
Webbing it.
The
interwebs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even... Everybody can listen to this. You can go to Serial Killers. What is it? Details. It's a Parcast network. Parcast network. And they got pretty good stories.
Wow.
You just look up Serial Killers if you're on Podbean or what is it?
Ooh, yeah.
Castbox or whatever.
Yeah.
So really good stories on there, and that's what I've been kind of hooked on lately.
I'm still stuck on silly podcasts and stuff. I tried to do some of those more serious ones. I did do one really serious one, Shit Town. That was amazing. And I mean, I'm sure everybody's already...
Shit Town?
Well, it's already past the phenomena that was Shit Town. It's about this just really eccentric, goofy guy who's also kind of likable, or who's also pretty likable, I would say. And his mind goes a mile a minute. He does all these kind of Renaissance things with... He lives in... I think it's... God, do I remember it right? Is it Alabama? Something like Alabama or Arkansas. So
Kansas,
yeah, that's how they say it, I think. And then what he does is he entices this NPR guy who did, of course I'm going to forget the name of that. The Serial podcast about the guy who they thought might be wrongfully convicted, and I won't go too much into that, but anyway, he was good. The way that he did it, he's very good at these types of kind of documentary podcasts and.
The wrongfully convicted stuff?
Nope, different guy.
Oh, okay.
No, there is wrongful convictions is one I did try to listen to, and that's kind of where I was going. I can listen to a couple of those, but I'm like, I kind of want to be silly. Can't be that serious all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I was driving, listening to this one, and I'm driving home, and I just had eaten wings and stuff, and I started getting upset, an upset stomach because of the accounts and them talking about it. I'm just sitting there cringing driving home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still interested in it, but it's hard to listen to too.
Yes. Well, and should I be worried that I'm into horror movies all of a sudden?
Like what? Stranger Things?
Just no, well, for instance, this friend of mine, I think it's called House October Built, and it's about these guys. They rent and of course there's one woman, and they rent a mobile home, and they go around the country. They go visit 10, what's the word? The fright houses. Fucking A. What are they called?
Haunted houses?
Not haunted houses. They go in and they try and scare you.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a haunted house.
Okay. Yeah, so they go in. I'm sorry, but sometimes my brain just doesn't remember the word.
But, yeah, I know what you're saying. There's the literal term haunted house, and then there's haunted houses for
right. Okay. So yeah, it's not haunted houses, but they're the houses where you pay, you go in, and they try and scare you, and they're trying to find the most extreme one. that they can find, and it turns out there's
this is a horror movie.
yeah, it's really good. I thought
House that October.
they
though?
left out dialogue that could have made it real shitty, but there is enough like banter in there that makes it kind of a found film
Netflix?
style. Yeah, yep.
Okay.
And out of the ones that he suggested, because this guy, his name was Lars.
Lars Ulrich?
No, he was doing like a horror movie every day in October. And so I was looking at the list and I checked a couple of them out and I didn't love those, but I could see, why, they were on his list. And then I was like, hey man, what do you suggest? Blah, blah, blah. And so he was like, that was one of the main 10 that he suggested. And it was one of the better productions in that list. So I like it to at least to kind of look good. I know how horror movies can be. But in like Halloween, the Rob Zombie remake, I'm really into that.
I never watched that one yet.
Oh, if you of all people would fucking love that movie?
Yeah, I probably would.
I think you would. You should watch it tonight.
Is this the movies you wanted to talk about?
Well, no, I was just talking. I mean, this was kind of in our podcast, scary movie, serial killer.
Yeah.
Should we be worried about ourselves?
No.
What's going on?
Not if I'm getting almost sick to my stomach listening to about 13-year-old girls getting raped and killed.
Yeah, and then it's like you listen and you don't want to turn it off because it's like it's disgusting, but you also don't want to deprive yourself of like
knowledge.
That and like the anger that like if I ever met one of these motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and how little or no remorse there is to them.
Yeah, I don't get it.
They're called sociopaths.
Why?
I don't know. I like that picture.
Marco Djurjevic.
I'm gonna put that on her. I'm gonna take a picture of that.
And Alex Layton make He-Man cool.
I'm gonna take a picture right now, and it's like a kitty cat
gulp of what we're watching. I'm drinking water today.
Oh boy.
Guess why?
Because you got the shits.
No, I'm not rehydrating. I'm just hydrating. I'm drinking it because I'm not drinking alcohol during the week.
Yeah, I'm going to drink tonight, though.
Are you?
Yeah, you're going to drop me off.
That's fine. No shit, Sherlock. Monday's like your night.
That's my weekend.
Your night to shine.
I had some Saturday night after the studio, but...
Because you work in a bar, it's like you have to drink on off nights sometimes. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's good. We both cut back, though. It wasn't just me. I was drinking 3 or 4 nights a week, right? And then you were drinking 3 nights a week, 4 nights?
Here and there. I mean, I've cut back at work a lot.
Yeah. That's what... I said that little kind of a weird hiccup burp thing going. Yeah, but then we talked about... I'm just trying to, like, not die, so... I'm just trying to be not tired during the week. I realized I was missing opportunities.
Because you just want to go to bed or lay on the couch.
I just want to,
I can take Lance Whole Studios in there. That's awesome.
Keycat He-Man. Oh, nice. Well, that's your studio. That's where we are right now.
We're at the Lance Whole Studios.
In the hole in the earth, which is the basement. Works out perfectly.
And Adam never gets to leave. You can join us, but you can never leave.
No. What's 1969?
Well, that smelled like a bologna.
Oh, it's disgusting. Do you? At least it didn't taste like. Oh, never mind. I can't remember the name of something again. God. Pastrami. At least it didn't taste like hot dog water soup.
Ooh.
Where's the curtain?
Oh, you want? Well, that's when we start going live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's put the curtain up.
And I had them. I had them tailored too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Like the length?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that cost me a little money too.
Why didn't you just sew them yourself?
I should have just cut them
with your sewing machine.
Yeah, I know.
Right over there,
next to my Pro Tools.
Here it is. I didn't know you had a Singer sewing machine.
Oh, the foot pedal one?
Yeah, love it. My mom had one of those for years.
Yeah?
Yep.
I think my grandma had one.
I think it was a hand-me-down.
A hand-me-down?
In the best possible way.
Those are my favorite sandwiches.
I love hand-me-downs where they put the ham on the bottom instead of the top.
The hand-me-down.
Let's have some ham. What
It's
about
been a
Spam?
while. I think it's been over a month since our last podcast, Adam.
Yeah, let's not.
We gotta get back into this shit, right?
Guess what I was just about to say? I was going to give you the double, right? Bang, bang.
Take a picture of that?
Yeah. Give you the double guns. Let you know next Saturday we're on. 7 o'clock next Saturday. This takes too long. You need to figure out how to get your camera open quicker. Is our
I'm
problem.
going to do a boomerang one. Ready? And you farted during it.
Yes. Is that boomerang going to have sound?
I don't know. We'll see what happens here.
Because my mouth is going to be like this. So,
Please don't be normal.
you want it to look real fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
so that was the scary movie I saw. But I've been like watching a lot more scary movies than I used to watch, and I don't know if it's not that I'm less scared. Are you all right? Is that what was the word he used?
I got a hint of it's like mothballs and dried ham.
You're really into the ham and bologna today. Are you? Letterkenny, what did he refer to it as? He was like, that was inappropriate, but then he was like, what did he say after?
I don't know.
When it's got like when he was describing how the fart was.
I should look it
He
up.
was like, oh, that's he said it was inappropriate, and then he called it something because it was like heavy. Not heavy. God, what was it? Inappropriate fart. The fart book. No, you gotta find the one where he's in the shack.
Should I just do farts?
Do ice fishing fart. There, I think sushis and sashimis. Do that one.
All right, we'll do this real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Listen to a little letter, Kenny.
I'm hungry. Well, there's whitefish in the cooler.
So how the fuck did that get there?
Oh, this is sushi. This is not that.
Did too.
No, you never.
Did too.
No, you never. If you did, you'd still be talking about it.
Oh yeah, well, where'd it come from?
Go forward and see if he leaves and comes back.
Yellow fin tuna,
No.
blue fin.
No.
But there's only one saying. Figure it's about time
That's
to
not
stop
it.
talking.
Anyway, moving on. I think
Yeah.
on that
Unless
maneuver.
I find it real quick here.
God, what the fuck was it? I thought it was really funny. We just watched it. You know what I'm... God, if you stop and think about it, you'll remember.
I'll just put Ice House.
Nope.
Nothing. Eat nothing. Yeah.
No dice. All right.
I forget what he did.
It was like it was a volume or something.
Why is this taking 10 years to process a video of you for like 2 seconds?
I don't know. Don't worry about it. So we're not going to talk about Star Wars today.
Speaking of Star Wars,
Okay, what?
I'm going Thursday night.
I'm going Friday.
I'm going Thursday.
You had to one-up me.
I want to.
It's so dumb. Like, I thought it didn't come out till Friday. Otherwise, I'd have been looking for Thursday tickets.
Comes out like on 7 o'clock on Thursday night.
See, that's like, it's getting like Black Friday now. If you've got a release date, release it on that day. I understand
know.
midnight, but well, after dinner, you can come see the movie at 5 o'clock. That's when everybody's going to show it. And it's going to make our money 5 hours earlier or 7 hours earlier.
Do you think it's going to break records?
No. I think because of what we watch, like what we're into, that we think it's going to be bigger than it is. Because The Force Awakens it did really well, but it wasn't anything. It wasn't Avatar, right?
Let's look that up. I kind of beg to differ.
Yeah, I don't, because I'm right. But it's fine.
All right.
Just do like gross, Force Awakens gross, and it'll come right up.
I'll just do a highest grossing movie.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Why not of all time? Jaws. Well, that's overall 77.
Opening,
Adjusted for inflation, it says. That's what we're looking at.
right?
Yep. Yeah.
The Force Awakens.
No way.
Yep.
That's this year or last year. Those are all from like the same year.
Well, biggest opening weekends in the U.S. It says right
Yeah, but that's from, look at the list. They're all from the same time. It's like, that's for like that year. For like 2000, did it come out 2016?
It doesn't say year, it just says this right here.
Okay, well, I guarantee you that you're looking at the wrong list. Go to the click on it, list of highest grossing, and see the description. No, right, the blue one right below it. Click on that, and I bet there's a qualifier in there. Highest grossing opening weekends for films. This is
Look at Wikipedia trying to get money off you.
well, it's like an NPR thing.
Yeah.
Another contributor is inflation. Yeah,
Biggest worldwide opening since 2002.
that's worldwide. No way. Where's Avatar?
The Fate of the Furious. Are you fucking kidding me?
It was big. What year was Avatar? What year did Avatar come out?
like 11 or 12.
No, it came out before the Avengers. Suicide Squad. See, these aren't including all of the. No, it's it. Okay, now do it the way I want to do it. Go to. Yeah, The Force Awakens gross opening weekend 247 million. Now do Avatar gross opening weekend. Just type that in.
It's not even on there.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not. This is not the right list.
Are you? It's fucking.
Look at all these movies. Are all fucking no. Seriously, 247 million. Now go type in Avatar. Gross opening weekend. Avatar gross.
Can I do it on Wikipedia?
Sure, try it. I don't care. Just do Avatar. Yeah, 2009 film. There, it'll correct it. Yes, that one. Now go. Yeah, just go that one. There, it's got to have it right in the front.
I'll have it down here.
We're gonna figure this out. Books, video games, release, box office. 26
Film
million
earned 26
on its opening day, and 77 over its opening. Oh, okay, well, fuck. Why did it? Did we not hear that was like the biggest grossing film of it?
I think you just
No,
assume that.
no, no.
It's not on the list.
Oh my god. Okay, highest grossing film of 2009. Google it.
Yeah, 2009.
Yeah. Just type 2009. Yeah.
Dude.
That took forever.
Yeah.
Avatar.
Yeah, that's 2009.
So
You're
why
still
is
living in 2009. I'm living right now.
why is it not on the list? See, look at that. 2 fucking billion. 749 million. Worldwide.
That's of all time.
Thank you. That's what I was asking.
That's
That's 2009. Of all time. Yeah, there you go. Why did it just say astrobiologist? Avatar, then Titanic, then Star Wars The Force Awakens. Okay, so it was that awesome. Force Awakens was very high on the list.
It does.
But Avatar was high.
And it has the record for the highest opening weekend, too.
Yeah, but that's fine. But that's not what we were talking about.
I can't believe Furious 7 is in there.
Fucking so stupid. That's how many stupid people there are. Think about it. That's all, the entire, basically everybody that was age 16 to 23 went and saw that movie. Basically, that's what that means. And you gotta wonder, what the fuck? And Jurassic World, I'm sorry, I get why that was so high. Because they were hoping that it would be, for some reason, a great sequel. Which it wasn't. That movie sucked. Didn't Jurassic World suck?
I didn't care for it.
Oh my god, it sucked. We'll take calls on this.
555-0195.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to go 0110011. Okay. That's the real number, folks.
651-555-0195.
Okay.
Give us a call.
Give us a call right now, and we'll be taking your calls immediately, so just give us a call. Okay, there seems to be maybe a problem with the line or something. We're gonna have to shelve that for now and figure out like technical difficulties because we weren't getting any calls. I think we're one of the things we're gonna have to do is really figure out what's wrong with the system. And go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I was just trying to tell you.
Are you a first-time caller?
Yeah, this is no, Sarah.
Sarah?
Sarah.
Cerlac?
Savannah.
Sorlac.
Savannah.
Ceramic.
I was just wondering if you guys even have penises anywhere.
We have penises, yeah. Are you a long-time listener?
Yes.
This is a very live call. I can't believe it worked.
Since episode 2.
Okay.
I'm Frosty Ingebrigtsen.
Wow, you remember the name of that episode?
Yeah.
I am, you know what, I gotta thank you for both of us. Lance actually just went to the bathroom, so I'm sure he would love to hear that too. That was probably one of our better productions, maybe when we should have stopped.
I have actually a large cardboard cutout of you in my living room next to my TV.
Oh, that is awesome. Mine is Thor.
I had it made through fatheads because I was stalking you one day and I took pictures of you walking down the block.
The Boulevard?
And I bought it to fatheads and they made me a big copy and I have a big cardboard cutout of you next to my TV in the living room.
Oh.
And I always have a meat tray with wings and all the extra sauces.
I am strangely aroused. Do you think that maybe we could get together sometime? I don't know if this is really what somebody would advise me to do, but I'm so intrigued. I'd like to hear more of your story. If I gave you my home address, would you be willing to...
That'd be fine as long as your wife doesn't know about it.
Oh, why do we have to keep it secret? Can
Depends on how far you want to take this.
Okay, I don't know if you understand. Can I tell my salami?
Oh, that's right, you're a salamist too. I've been practicing that lately as well.
I'm glad that I was able to open up somebody's mind. And we're going to go ahead and let you go, Salandrick.
Except I use pickles. Wrapped in salami.
That sounds...
With cream cheese.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. Well, here's what I'm going to say. I'm just going to let you be you. We're going to have to let you go. I mean, don't be mad. Don't try and murder me tonight or something. I'll be sending you my address.
You actually have somebody on the phone over there?
Yeah, stay on the line and we'll get your address. And I'll get you my address and we can meet up and we'll talk more about this.
Okay, I'll be waiting by your truck when you get done.
Okay, we're just going to go ahead and hang up.
Hey, man, I'm back.
Well, you just missed one of the most exciting things on
Wow.
the phone.
So, you really had a call? We had a caller?
Look at my face. Does it look like I'm lying to you right now?
Was it a good caller? What was it about?
Basically, it was all about me. And I loved that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm really glad.
I had to drop a big deuce, so I'm just back fresh off of that.
The only thing, I'm proud of you. Okay, I'm going to have you explain what that looked like, smelled like, and how it went down the hole in a minute. But the only thing I noticed was it.
Have you ever had really salty, beefy au jus dip?
I've never tasted my poop, so if you're going to ask me if you've ever... I have, yeah.
The really briny, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have it with a hot Chicago
And
beef.
with a grease layer on top of it?
Yeah, like kind of a fatty... Yeah.
You know, like the
a
fat...
skin almost.
You know, the fat particles that go to the bottom?
Lipids, if you will.
All the lipids?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Okay, amazing. You know what I noticed?
I think the water was more brown than the lipids. Lipids were like a lighter brown, and then like the greasy water was a little bit browner than that.
Again, this episode, I'm sorry if you guys have to hear this way, but I am getting strangely aroused in so many different ways tonight. I think this might be my first flummery boner.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember we've done a chronological list of my boners, but we won't get back into that. But do you think? Okay, so I think we figured out the technical difficulty we were having with the phone, and I think that might be the first landline phone call I've received in a long time.
Well, I wasn't here to experience that, so
there was something wrong with the phone. I think it was muffled. I'm hoping that wasn't on our end because this is really exciting, and you really missed out.
Cool to have our first call. I mean, I'm kind of upset. I mean, I can
It
listen.
was
to
Cedric or something or Ceramic. I can't remember their name. It was, like I said, it was muffled. I couldn't really
Yeah.
get that. We'll have to go back and listen.
Was it a guy or a girl?
It's just really hard to tell.
Was her last name Samsonite?
No.
Okay.
No. Let's see. It was they. I didn't ask who they were, and I don't really want to put a pronoun on them.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really. They didn't really say what their last.
Well,
name
I ever
was.
heard something about
It's
getting
kinda disturbing.
together with that person? A little
Yeah,
bit when
I mean-
walking out?
Yeah. What do you think about that? Do you think that's recommendable?
Well, it depends on.
They're still on hold, so I mean, we can talk to them about this a little bit later, but off air, of course.
I think we should just let that one go. Unless you get a name and a gender.
Now I'm kind of afraid to hang up, though.
Oh.
A name and a
Didn't
gender.
you say you're letting her go?
I was
Or it go?
I was gonna let whoever that was, whatever their pronoun is, I was gonna let they.
That's right. We got to get that pronoun thing going. And that's weird because we don't know their pronouns, so we're trying to figure that out.
I really do hate that. We have to worry about it. But it is what it is, we're gonna.
How do you define?
Accommodate.
What pronoun do you identify yourself with?
I'm a him,
A he?
a he and a him. Yeah.
I'm a he, him,
I
and
have
a ha.
his self, myself.
He, him, ha.
Can I just be Adam? Can I be me? I just want to be me.
Did you hear that? I'm a he, him, ha.
You're a he, him, a ha.
A he, him, and a ha.
What's the ha?
He, him, ha, ha, ha. Him, ha, ha.
So you identify as a he, him?
Yeah, he, him, and a ha.
What's a Zimzer? Type that in.
What's that?
We're trying to figure this out. We've done this before on the Flummage. We're trying to figure
is this a real thing?
out. Yes. ZIM. I think put a space in there. Space. Zer. Pronouns. Oh, I think maybe that is like the expanded list.
Oh, a Z.
Is the most popular form Zim, Z and her, ZE and HIR, is the most popular form of gender-free pronoun in the online genderqueer community, derived from the earlier C but it's still her, HIR, or it must be here, which were considered too feminine, female-sounding, since C is German for she, and her was a feminine pronoun in Middle English. Kill me now.
I'm bouncing my head off a table. Right now.
Oh, we should be in special effects.
This is not helping society.
It's too fucking complicated, right?
It's not. Things should get easier, and
Now,
like things should be, like
we're not like going to be like lobbying for the elimination of this or something, okay?
no.
And we're not going to take it away from anybody that wants to do this, but if you identify as somebody different, just be different and own it. You don't have to like tell everybody else, or I mean, I shouldn't say you don't have to hide it, but what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about hiding it. What I'm saying is just be it.
Can
Then when people ask, if people are like, hey, I noticed, you didn't, or, if somebody says something you don't like, of course you have the right to, hey, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't refer to me as, him or her. Could you just like use my name? Because I've got different reality about things than maybe you do.
So they say
sexually.
Z and Zier and not Zimzer. They say Zizier.
That seems weird. I don't think this is the best.
Can we
Gender neutral?
Can we call this
pronoun
episode
block.
"What's Your Pronoun?" Question mark.
No, then we'd be kind of stealing from another podcast.
What's your pronoun?
They do the pronoun thing a lot on the Your Mom's House, and I always
do they?
I always get, and it's funny, it's funny, but I always get annoyed, and it's not because I don't like people that are different or whatever. It's just that it's so complicated. If you're spending your time just investing so much time and energy into that facet of yourself, what's left? Can you invest time and energy in just doing what other things that make you happy, like visiting your friends that are a similar gender identification, having parties, going out and traveling, and whatever, however you want to say, whatever your hobbies are. Could you have a hobby that doesn't involve just? It's kind of I know it sounds crazy. It's kind of narcissistic because I've never been like, and it's narcissistic too when like, you know, politicians or religious leaders are like, you're a man and you're a woman. You know what I mean? And that's not what I'm saying.
No.
It's narcissistic to be like, I'm a man and I identify and these type of people are going to steal our children and murder them and fuck them. And it's like, no, dude, they're fine. Just let them be them, but then you just be you.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was in LA, and on some of our downtime, we were watching like Netflix, like the prison documentary stuff, you know, like inmate stuff. And there was this one black male who was a transgender in jail and caused the most problems. And was the most emotionally roller coaster riding one, and had to be put in solitary confinement and this and that. And 1 minute he was a man and was fine, the next minute it was a girl and fine, but he would have these mood swings in between.
So is that maybe a little bit of schizophrenia rather than a gender identification, or not?
Not schizophrenia. It wasn't. They didn't identify
that it
as
was
somebody else.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Just
good point.
Just like I'm feeling more like a woman today, you know, blah blah blah. Like it's not like total personality separation disorder, blah blah blah. Yep. And you know, like colluding to like trying to kill the warden and all this stuff. I think, and I'm not trying to generalize. I think there's a lot.
Wow, really? Like,
I think there's a lot of emotional distress with people that are like that.
Oh yeah, and I get that.
I don't think there's a lot. There's a very unhealthy mind thing going on with that a lot too.
Okay, so
a lot of confusion and a lot of, you know, like I think those people can be dangerous to themselves and or other people a little bit more.
So I have a question.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Okay. I really do.
I'm not trying to like put this on them. I'm saying that there's a problem going on there, and I think they're not usually stable and good to themselves or other people a lot of the time.
Helping themselves. Okay, yeah. No, I get that. I really do. So a lot of people that identify differently and are confused put it all on society, though. Like it's society's fault that
that's what he was doing.
And I get it.
It was everybody else's fault.
No, I don't want to try and minimize how hard it would be.
Talking about a specific person here.
Right. I don't want to minimize how hard it would be to be in that situation. Okay, because luckily, you know, I'm privileged. I've never had to deal with that type of identity crisis, and I'll call it. I hope that's not insulting, but whatever. I think that's what it is. Mm-hmm. So I realize that could be hard, but then at some point, don't you have to go, okay, this is my lot right now, and I do want people to understand, but isn't it just better to like let people just understand over time instead of have these forced have it be like forced realization for the entire world and I'm sorry, but like a very, very small portion of society for now. I mean,
that's one thing right now I like about that is it's forced, and I don't give a fuck if you're fucking a dude or you're fucking a girl or you're a girl trying to be a guy fucking another guy or what. I don't care. I don't need to. Children don't need to see that. You don't need to force it on other people. Just do your thing. It's not a big deal. I really don't care who you are and what you do as long as it's not your.
People will say that we're being like really not like educated about this.
No, it's not true. I don't care. I mean, I don't care who you're fucking.
Right. But people will say, well, that's the problem. It's not just about fucking. I'm like, okay, we get that. But like I think if people listen to this conversation, they're like, well, they need an education in this. And I'm like, I don't think we do need an education. No, I think that most of my life, I
just don't need to see parades about it every 2 minutes either.
I think the time and energy spent on your identifying your sexuality could be wasted time. And what you might want to do is just do what everybody else does and go out there and find somebody who agrees with you and loves you.
Yeah.
And build relationships, friendships.
This is what Fantasy Fest and QS is
platonic or sexual.
Right.
or marriage. Let's say, you know, two people who are men who identify as women. One of them gets a sex change, the other one doesn't, and they both feel comfortable in that relationship. You know, that's just an example I'm throwing out there. You know, I'm not trying to pigeonhole it, but like, why can't? That's part of the problem. It's not just that society isn't accepting. It's that they're not just going, well, okay, I'm going to go out and find some people that
But we know there's
I agree
extremes
with.
on
And that's how I'm going to live my life, and that's okay.
on the other end saying you can't do that. Blah. God will
Oh, for
kill
sure.
you, blah blah blah. God's. I don't know. I'm not even gonna get into that.
Right. Religion has issues accommodating
I know
these
this.
types of things. But that's what we're saying too, is like, we don't have to deal with anything. We can just accept it, right? I can just accept you for who you are. I realize you're having some emotional issues related to the fact that you're trying to fit in a world that you don't fit in to.
When
It's
you bring
tough.
me to a certain place tonight, I'm gonna grab you Twin Cities pages, and I want you to read this article that I read tonight.
Yeah. Okay. I
I read the whole. It's pretty long, but I read the whole thing.
I stopped reading City Pages. It's fake news, and you know how I am about
This one was actually pretty good. It
I'm
wasn't
just kidding.
siding on one side or another, and sometimes it
I've
tends
always
to side on a certain side. You know.
Yeah, no, I've always liked it. Yeah. They've always had their main articles are pretty good.
This one is good because it wasn't really. It has to do with the fraternities and rape, and then.
Oh wow, yeah, that sucks.
And then on the U of M campus, I'm going to give you a little synopsis. It's in this week's City Pages. And there's called a co-op house, which is like a fraternity house in the middle of all these frat houses, and they're like super, super liberal, and they're putting up signs like "Stop frat boys from raping people," like huge signs on the
Yeah.
lawn, and it's pissing people off. And it's also making an awareness too.
Yeah.
You know, but it's caused a lot of shit on both sides, and
Right.
there's good things and bad things to both.
That'll
and,
come out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
I like the whole. I do sometimes. It's kind of funny. I mean, you know, this conversation, I sound like I'm like, stay in your hole and don't fucking talk. I do kind of like the antagonistic, aggressive, like, what would you call it? Self-marketing. And
yeah.
I do like that when they're like antagonizing groups of people that I probably wouldn't like in the first place.
No.
The idea of antagonizing a bunch of fucking frat boys.
I'm not.
Makes me giggle.
I'm not ganging up on frat boys on this either.
No, I know.
'Cause they're
I'm
not
just
all
saying.
bad either.
It just makes me laugh, though.
Right.
Kind of like it would make me laugh if a
wouldn't you
guy was saying something at a rally for, you know, something like we've been talking about that was really pissing
Right.
the whole rally off. I would kind of laugh.
Well,
a little bit,
this
you know, as long as it wasn't
This
hateful.
co-op. This is funny. This co-op has pretty big parties too themselves, and it's
Yeah.
dimly lit, and there's music, and it's crowded.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "So whatever
Fizz in
happened
my
if there
mouth.
was a sexual aggression that happened in your place?"
I bet there has been.
And they're like, "I don't know. We haven't discussed that yet." And I'm
Wow. Like, wouldn't that be one of the first things you'd
Yeah, I mean,
discuss?
it's very possible for that to happen.
For sure. Are they drinking alcohol
They're
there?
getting drunk and being retarded just as frats do.
Yep.
You know.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. That's a tough one, because you're like, okay, when you introduce alcohol to a bunch of young people who
don't know
liberal,
their
too.
head from their asshole at the same time.
probably want to experiment and enjoy themselves in any way they possibly could, or find a new way to express themselves, they might force that on somebody.
And that could be a girl on a guy too.
Yeah.
Or a girl on a girl.
Well, that's one that we've legally and like statistically for sure happens. Like that's what happens. Guys sexually assault women. But I do want I've always wondered about the female aspect, where when females go too far. Why isn't that a problem? It's literally happened to me, where I had to tell a woman, stop fucking touching me.
Well, I've had a transgender man who you've probably, I don't know if you met him, but put their hand on my.
Does he go there?
Yeah.
Up the road?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen him.
And has literally grabbed my junk and made me feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not good. That's a
I
man.
was pissed. I was
He's a
uncalled
man.
for. Yeah.
Men get aggressive. There was this woman at a party I was at, sliding her fucking hand up the crack of my ass, and like tried to put her hand in my pants. I'm like, I told her to stop like 3 times, and then I'm like, fucking slapped her hand away. I said, "Hey, you're fucking disgusting. Look at what you're doing right now." I'm like, my wife is in that room right there. That's what I told her, and of course she cried like a little bitch.
Was she drunk?
Yes.
Okay.
That for sure is part of the problem.
See, and then when you get a bunch of young, dumb fucking kids out of college and they're fucking drinking.
Yeah. And I've told people that story and they're like, "Oh, big deal, Adam. You got groped by a woman." I'm like, "Hey," it's my wife over there. You're just really disrespecting all of us.
Yeah. I'll do it to you next time.
That's different.
I'm back.
No! Fuck! She's outside the window. Shut everything down.
Yeah, so like I don't know, you have to. You should read this article.
I think we're like a lot of other people where it's hard for us to say how we feel and not come off.
Hashtag me too.
Hashtag me too. And not come off like, oh, we're being jerks or whatever. But that's part of the problem is you can't, like you and I can't, as you know, I would say, you know, we're privileged to be so able to just express ourselves in a normal, you know, like society just accepts we're guys. Don't have sex with ladies.
There's got to be a threshold, though.
There's so much of a part of society.
Because there's girls that complain about the littlest things that happen. And, it's like part of being a parent is, teaching your kid those boundaries, but also being able to take a slap in the face, too.
We're just slapping bitches.
No, it's not what I'm like, hypothetically,
kidding, I know.
Like, if something little happens to you, you should be mentally healthy enough to be like, is it really worth? Yeah, that person's an asshole. It happened to me. Is it really worth it for me to take it to a certain distance? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like is the transgression enough?
Like, let's say a girl is caught in a laundry with a dude and he forces himself and starts kissing her and maybe gropes her boob a little bit and says, "Hey, fucking knock it off," and then slaps him and is able to get out of that situation.
Yeah. That's way past the line for me. She should make it a big deal out of that.
She should?
Yeah, she should go upstairs and tell, "Hey, this guy just tried to fucking rape me."
Well,
and he should get his ass kicked. Bad. So that's my line. That's way past my line.
I don't say he was trying to rape her. I'm just saying, like,
well, that's pretty.
Maybe he like kissed her. Maybe she kissed back a little bit, and then he started feeling her boob. Maybe there's a little touch back.
Maybe they were interested in each other, and then he tried to go too far.
Right. You have to discern certain things.
But
like
then,
that.
if you say no and he agrees to no, then that happens.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you said it a little bit different,
right? But like he slaps, she says no and slaps him, and then she gets out, but he doesn't like pursue her or say,
right.
"No, bitch, you're staying here with me."
That was a good like.
Right. What if he says, "I'm sorry"?
That was very rapey.
I went a little too far at my part, bad, and you understood the no.
Well, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
I shouldn't say it's fine, but it's
that can get twisted on you too.
I don't know. I mean, the line is pretty.
That's what I'm saying. There's got to be a threshold on that person that learns boundaries and says being able to say no. And if that dude stops and says, "I'm sorry, maybe I took a little far," but maybe there was some little action that she did to
deserve it.
Well, not deserve it, but like
I'm sorry, people.
Escalate it.
I'm sorry. I'm just like poking.
That fucking bitch deserved it.
Now I'm just like poking and like let us know.
That's what I'm saying. There's a weird threshold there. There's a weird line.
It's not so for me. It's not so weird.
It's not weird. Like, I'm just saying, like, where does that person take it too far if that were the case?
If they're like in their not retaliation, but their search for justice.
Yeah.
I think you tell somebody, or maybe like, hey, let it be known this guy's kind of a creep. I think that's as far as you could go with that.
Do you really want to tarnish his name if he said, "I'm sorry, I might have taken that a little too far"?
I don't know. It depends. I mean, here's the deal. For me, it's like if you try and kiss a girl and she's like, it's like not really expected. I mean, guys have done that a million times. It's kind of a thing where
you just have to be
that's how you kind of find out if somebody likes you or not.
No.
Like, are they even willing to kiss? And then you like try and kiss somebody and like, if they're shying away, you'd be like, oh, is that not like, for me, I'm already like, whoa, is that not cool? Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, baby.
See, that for me is like, okay, like you're trying to But if you just like, there's guys that walk through a party and grab chicks' butts. Mm-hmm. That's for sure over the line for me.
Me too. I've never really done that.
It's fucking.
I've done it to girls that were friends and kidding around with.
Right.
But they know that I'm not like trying to get in or snook a hook.
If there's like, you've had friends that would grab like, haha, like fucking poke your butthole with their thumb or something. And like, whoa,
I mean, that happens
dude.
in my workplace
Like
all
some
the fucking
chick
time.
does that to you, I'm gonna laugh like, whoa, don't do that.
Yeah, like my butt
But
cheeks
then
just went, whoop.
later, if they keep trying to do it, I'm gonna be like, okay, you've crossed the fucking line. Like I don't get it. The line is so easy for me to tell, in my opinion. But there's so many rapey guys out there.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've had to be like, dude, you're gonna go to jail if you keep fucking pushing the limits like this. To a friend of mine.
I've never had friends that I know that were like that, and if I do, I don't want to be around that at all.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. We're trying to talk about something. It's just for us, it's almost like unimaginable, some of the stuff that happens.
I mean,
right?
I've been in a lot of situations in college, and I was never close to even being accused or any of those situations like that,
Oh yeah, no, I've never had an issue.
I mean, I've been blacked out drunk with another girl, and I'll be like, we wake up in the morning and go.
Yeah, everybody makes mistakes, and
it is what it is. Yeah. But like, I don't feel like I make them feel uncomfortable,
No, I don't think so. I can't see that really happening. But that's what I mean. That's kind of what I'm saying too. Like,
or dudes.
When we talk about this, people are going to say, "Oh, we're coming from a place where we wouldn't really understand." But for me, isn't there a moral line?
Me with another dude.
Meat on dudes. Meat on dudes.
I said with women, then I go,
good.
or me on dudes.
Yeah, that's fine too. I've already established that you're the receiver.
What?
Would you rather?
You should hear my wind tunnel sometimes.
Who? Did you just
like
fart?
It's too forceful. It's like a light breeze.
It's a fart, man. It comes out like, I guess because you're holding it back. You don't have any back pressure is what you're saying. There's no back pressure there. That's cool. I could probably throw this tin down your throat and you wouldn't even choke, right? Is your gag reflex
if you threw it
just
down my butthole, it'd go.
I could spin it in there and wait for it like a quarter to spin, and then
you'd hear it go.
Went around the corner. Uh-oh, banana town.
Uh-oh, hot dog.
Frozen banana time. Oh, man. I guess we're probably going to get fucking... What happens if people listen to this and they're just outraged?
What's there to be out? Well, I mean, have we said anything really outrageously outrageous?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think we're in the same spot a lot of people are, where we're like, I do understand, but then I don't understand. I want to understand, but I also don't want stuff to shove down my don't shit on my reality.
Your proverbial butthole.
That's might not be what I was trying to say.
Your proverbial ear holes.
Yes. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I think I'm more of a let it be than a make it be type of guy.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I just think a lot of people are bored.
That might be it. But for sure in this conversation, there is a major part of society that is like, we'll defend somebody's rights to be different, but we'll also be like, all right, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I am bored of it. I believe that you can be whoever you want to be, but seriously, just go be it. Mm-hmm. Go be it. If I see two people walking down the street, I don't know whether they're male or female, they're holding hands or kissing, let it be. Mm-hmm. But don't make it be. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be made. Now, there's things that happen in society that have to be done, like that's usually when somebody's trying to stomp on it.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, somebody's trying to pass laws against something. And then I'm like, fuck those guys.
I hate using the term hate crime, because a crime is a crime.
Right.
And it doesn't have to have hate put in front of it. It's still a fucking crime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a crime. Whatever you do. It's a hate crime. Yeah, obviously a lot of crimes are performed on people that don't like somebody else.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I agree with you on that.
Getting the pronouns again.
Well, okay, you're trying to identify a crime though that is
like if some, there's definitely certain crimes that happen to a group of people. That,
like, remember when Horseface made that movie where she played a boy, and that boy in, like, I think it was Nebraska or Colorado.
you're talking about
Yeah, Horseface. And these guys killed him and dragged him down.
Boys Don't Cry?
Yeah. Like, dragged him around with a truck and shit.
Okay, so you want to talk about Horseface? Let's get into this subject. Sarah Jessica Parker or fucking Hillary Swank?
Hillary Swank.
No, Sarah Jessica Parker.
No. How is her face even like a horse, though? Her face isn't that big.
It's a Zimzer.
It has to be big. Let's go off pronouns, because there's too much to say that
Yeah, let's get off this.
people
subject.
won't, like, people could be
Look
mad
at the
at
second one.
horse. Sarah Jessica Parker, horse. Okay, that's a Photoshop,
No,
clearly.
that's real.
Oh, that's really her.
That's before she puts on her makeup in the morning.
So why are they saying she's a horse face? Let's look at the features. Let's go through the features one by one. Okay, get a real picture of her. Knock it off. Get a real,
Right
not
there.
just
That's real.
horse.
That's real.
Okay, why are they similar?
Why such a long face? God, you guys, we're assholes.
Look at that. She's not. That's a beautiful picture. Stop it. Stop clicking on other pictures and let's go. I mean it. Let's go through this picture. The forehead.
Well, the mole is definitely a dead giveaway
Why is the mole a horse face?
because it's part of that
Okay,
whole.
let's start at the top. She has a beautiful mane of hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's kind of got a Jennifer Aniston kind of deal, doesn't she?
No.
In that picture.
No, fucking Aniston is way hotter. Stop picking different pictures. I mean it. I want to have this conversation with you right now.
I like that one though.
Look at that's more like a jackass. Her mouth is wide open. Okay. So, her forehead, for sure, you can identify that this
I'm not gonna click
area,
on it, just leave it.
I'm not either, but I'm pointing it out. This area here is kind of reminiscent of this large forehead on a horse.
What if she had a white stripe down the middle?
If she was like Native American and doing like a kind of a thing with her tribe, yeah. But okay, then her eyes. Let's go to the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like super far apart or anything. See how a horse's eyes are real far apart? Okay. This might be the only thing. Let's go past the obvious similarities with the nose. Okay. Because for sure, yeah. But then you get down to the mouth and the chin, and how does that look like a horse?
I don't know. I really don't care to get into it that much.
We were just talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one. That side view? Yes.
Okay, now they're making like horse poses. Her posing is like pictures of her at like red carpet events, posed similar and neck turned similarly to a picture of a horse with a similar skin tone. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so she is horse facey, but is she more horse facey than?
Hillary Swank? No way.
Well, just type it in right there. You think Swank is more horse facey, right?
I didn't even. I just want to do Swank and see if horse comes up.
It says it right there.
I know, but it's already.
You need 2 L's, I think, right?
No.
No, that's fine.
I see, like right away, Sarah Jessica Parker came
Well,
up
that's
right away.
just because it's a funny thing that a lot of it's been said. Like, just type horse. Come on, hocus pocus. Yeah. See, there's plenty of. Okay. All right.
There's no ones where she's next to a horse, though.
It's right here.
That's not her.
Yes, it is. From wag to nag.
How many more are there of Sarah Jessica Parker next to a horse than there are of this? Though?
I know, but that's the running gag. Now, these it's even included there. That's Sarah Jessica Parker. Look at that one. The teeth. Dude, Hillary Swank is more horsey. But she's also hotter for some reason.
She is hotter.
Way hotter. Here's one.
I like this one right here.
Hee-haw. Well, that's a caricature. Holy shit.
John Elway.
Oh, God. Hee-haw. Oh, Super Bowls.
Yeah, I like John
Feed me
Elway.
some oats. Yeah, but he's a pretentious, too.
I don't care. He's a good fucking...
What about her? Grickles.
Oh, I love Tommy Lee Jones.
Wow. Hilary Swank, I think, is a little bit more attractive than Sarah Jessica Parker.
Hey, you pick your demon. That's fine.
Place.
Or should I say, you pick your mayor.
So I'm at the place that you're going tonight with my wife.
Earlier today?
And no, this was last. It was like last weekend or the weekend before. But I was in town, and I've been out of town a lot. I'm just trying to remember. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, I'm sitting there at the table, and there is a person that works there as a hostess, who I was like, like she's super hot.
You were inebriated with her.
I was immediately infatuated, and I was like, I elbowed my wife.
You're like threesome.
I'm like, and I saw her deliver like beers to a table or something. And so
You're
I was
talking
like,
about the beer stew, right?
yeah. I saw her deliver beers to a table.
Yeah.
And
Hostess delivering beer?
she did something. She like touched the beers or something. So I'm like,
Like,
honey, she touched the beers, and I was like, that means she's got to be 18, right? And my wife is just like, Jesus Christ. Like, fuck you. Because my gag usually is, when I see a beautiful woman and I want to look at her and I'm with my wife, I will tell my wife, I'll be like, but it's like this. I go, look at her. She's so ugly. I'm like, why is she even in public? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's kind of a funny thing we do.
I got a podcast boner right now.
You got a cast boner?
Cast boner.
I shit you not, man.
It's
This
called a parcast.
chick that works at the Stube,
Yeah.
it's got like a smashed, like one of her features is her nose is kind of smashed in. Not smashed in, but like more straight down.
Like Kermit the Frog?
No, it's like more straight down, but still very pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. She's curvy, vivacious.
Yeah. Beer stew supplies that kind of people.
I guess. How many times have you been in the beer
I'm talking about the one in Maplewood.
Oh, okay. It's this one. It's not like that. Here, see the fucking horses that work in there? So, okay. Is the one in Maplewood as pricey as this one is? Holy cow.
I don't
See,
know.
entree-
I used to
every
go and
entree-
drink there when I worked Carboni's.
They probably had specials and stuff, though.
Well, we would stay after bar close and fucking drink till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Get just ripped.
Because we hung out with a bartender and would just
Yeah, that's cool.
get fucking hammied.
So you're getting a deal. But I brought my family of 4 there, and the bill was almost $100.
Wow.
The kids' meals were like $9 instead of like $5. There wasn't an entree on the thing for less than $19.
Yeah, and it's
That's
not
like-
that great.
Yeah, I know it's German or whatever, but fuck you.
Kielbasa my ass.
Kielbasa, you get it for $2.89 a pound at fucking Aldi.
Right.
So, like, don't even. It's they're being pretentious with their pricing. I'll probably never go back because of it. Yeah.
Just to be honest.
Hopefully nobody who works there is listening. The owner of the
Love everybody at the
Stube.
beer stube.
Should-
But proverbially, we're not even talking about the beer stube. We're talking about Wild Bills.
Yeah, Wild Bills.
Wild Bills.
I think it. What was the other one? Toby Keith's. I think we're talking about.
Talking about that.
Toby Keith's in Apple Valley.
Favorite.
You should try going there today. Hey, did you see the Perigi Syzygy?
The what?
The Perigi.
No, it was too cloudy.
Oh, you did figure out what it was.
Yeah.
How did you know that? Because when I saw that, I thought I'd bring it up and try and stump you for a little bit.
I was fucking with you when I was texting you last night.
Oh, I did text you about it.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, I spoiled that
And you're
one.
like, were you drunk? I'm like, no. Just
I was.
fucking proverbial nonsense.
I was.
Were you?
Yeah.
Last night?
Yes. Drank all weekend.
You fucking drunk all weekend, huh?
Yeah, no drinking during the week. That's my new thing. I'm not going to drink on like that though again.
You quit talking like that.
It's not like that. I for sure can't. It's like the next day is garbage.
Yeah, but you keep
And to
talking
the
about like you're not
age-
going to do it, and then you do it.
Well, I know because I shouldn't have done it.
Sky chocolate from a bandwagon trolley launch from a candy cane prosthetic.
That was your thing. Let's see. Let's go over these texts. You read your text. I'll read.
Starting with, let's go with...
No. Wait, let me pick.
Right from today. Today, 40 minutes into Wind River. Do that one.
Wait. Okay.
Do it.
Oh, 40 minutes into Wind River. Damn. And then I watched the movie, as you can see, 2 hours later. I'm like, holy shit.
And then I said, great...
Because it was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
Oh, go ahead.
great movie, derp.
And I'm like,
And I go, yeah, go ahead.
well, that's me. And then I'm like, deep derp. They're onto you. Stop banging the natives. I'm not. Okay,
And then I
this
wrote,
is- I don't
which
know
was
if
supposed to be this, but it says, love the feathers.
And it says Festhers. So I did an asterisk feathers, and then a period, and then I put hashtag dots.
And then I said, pussy hairs.
Which, did you say that because of that scene?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it because in the scene they show some. In one of the scenes.
Not
And
really,
then-
not really related at all.
right. Okay. Well, I thought it was.
Anything that I was saying was pretty much nonsense in this conversation.
Well, I thought when you said pussy hairs, I thought it was related to a scene, and so I just said thong exclamation point because there's a scene with the thong. Do you remember that scene where she gets into the snowsuit?
Yep.
And then I said no perigee syzygy tonight with all the clouds. That sucks. And then I said there's a helicopter flying around for some reason. That can't be good.
And then I reply with sky chocolate from a bandwagon trolley launch from a candy cane prosthetic.
And then I was like, wow, lol. Okay, then.
And
Laughing face. Laughing till I'm crying face.
then I wrote skittle foiddle.
That's how you pronounce that?
I don't know.
I was like, Skyittle Fiattle. Skyittle Fiattle. And then I was like, I can do a 7:30 podcast if you can make it.
Yeah, and here we are.
Okay, yeah. The next day.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do one.
Ooh, winning in fantasy football rules. Not in
you-
Jason's league, though.
Are you losing in Jason's league?
Oh, I'm in like last place.
Why?
Bad draft. It's a weird setup. Kind of like it. It's very wide receiver heavy. And I guess I'll figure out. It'll take a couple years and I'll figure out what my draft order should be like.
Who's on your league in that one with you?
It's like can I say like what they are?
Cold Kingdom people?
Yeah, it's a bunch of, I think it's all Cold Kingdom people. And then, of course, so Jason and, God, who else? There's a couple, not Dana. God, I always fucking derp on his name, but he was part of Conscious Divide with you guys. Derek. I always
Is he
want to
in
call him
that too?
Dana. I think so. Maybe that's a different Derek. Maybe it is.
I think, it's different. It's Derek Johnson. It's a different Derek.
Okay. So I think actually Jason might have told me that already.
Yeah,
but-
I know who he's talking about.
All right. So what did you think of the perigee syzygy? We should probably say what it is, right? Just in case somebody else doesn't
Yeah.
know. Because I didn't
Bring
until
it
a
up.
couple days ago.
I didn't know, but I kind of knew what you're talking about, so I figured it out.
Yeah, it's a real term for supermoon.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Yeah.
the supermoon.
Yeah. And that's what they call it. So that's the scientific term. And what'd you think of it? I didn't see. I saw.
What is there to think when I can't even fucking see it?
I saw the day before.
The
I
day
thought that
before
was a
was pretty big.
supermoon.
Yeah. I actually saw it when I was leaving the studio, and it was like, boop.
Oh, my kids were on fire about it. They're like,
Oh, I saw it. Yeah,
look at the moon.
I saw it Saturday.
Yeah.
Dinner in between studio takes,
Okay.
and it was
Yep.
full moon, and it was like fucking in the east, I believe. Probably about
Yep.
that high in the sky.
When it was still low. That's what they say. That's when it looks the biggest. That's
know,
pretty.
It's like when you take a D pic.
Fuck, take that, flat earthers. Did you watch that video I sent you?
Dude, I watched this one, and there was like some stuff. I'm like, God, I'm really second questioning my thought on flat Earth now.
Why? It was like convincing or kind of like, no, fuck this now.
There's half and half.
We're both just solid believers in the flat earth.
Huge. We are on
Huge.
we're on the proverbial turtleback.
No, that's not what flat Earth means.
A flat Earth is on the turtle.
No,
On the
it's
back.
flat.
Yeah. What's underneath of Earth? Well, they say there's another portal.
Weird thing
in the
about that
north.
is, and like scientists say around the Earth, and they can pretty much tell you everything that's like out from the Earth, the round Earth.
I like how they argue that.
But not a lot of flat Earthers talk about what's below the Earth.
I like how they argue
Which
that water will fall
kind of
off
a hole.
something if it's going tens of millions of miles an hour.
Yes.
But you get in an airplane and you're going 500 miles an hour and you got a cup of water. That's not moving anywhere, is it?
Stop it. Stop it. You're becoming one of them.
No, I'm saying it's not moving unless you do that
No,
to
you're
it.
making. That's my zipper. You're making the arguments for the round earthers.
I'm
and
making, yeah, for the round earthers.
don't do this to us. I am. You know how entrenched
I like
we
how
are
they
in this.
show the ball spinning with water on it. And it just,
Yeah, because that ball's got a lot of gravity. Gravity, derp. Oh, the core of that ball must. Oh my god! What was my favorite part? Where they had the sun and the moon, like in that
and the spear.
diagram, yeah, and then that gigantic ice shelf around the entire Earth. It's like, well, why does it get cold? Here's my question: why does it get colder there so that it's all ice around the Earth, but then the rest of the Earth is just warmer
Because that sun would literally hit those ice shelves.
all the time? That's where it was like focused in the diagram. Some of the science is spotty, but I think it's just because less resources have been devoted to it, and they just haven't answered those questions yet.
Yeah.
Trying not to. You know, I'm not trying to get too emotional about this.
You know, so like, you know, if they have that flat Earth model and like Africa and South America are spread.
Model, like you mean basically the diagram
Yeah.
of the
And
actual.
how they're spread farther apart. And they're like, look at all the flights. They never go direct from here to here. They always make it multiple stops to confuse you.
See, that's my point. Like, there's been a lot of, you know, resources given to get those arched flights, and you know, if you talk to round earthers, it's because it's actually shorter than going in a straight line around the whole circumference. You cut some of that off by going further north or further south, depending where you are, so that it's actually quicker than going in a straight line. But to me, that's fuzzy math. I mean, I feel like it would always be quicker going in a straight line.
Well, yes, it does.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what makes sense to me.
But
What I like to do
you
is
think
discredit all of science and just focus on a couple of little facts. It makes more sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Might sound a little bit narcissistic, but that's what I like to do. That's how I live my life.
I think we should set out an expedition.
To get to the ice, what do they call it? They don't call it ice caps.
Some of them believe that there's boats every 10 miles that protect the border, kind of deal.
Okay.
You can't get anywhere. You know?
Near there.
What if we scuba underneath them?
That's possible. If you got like a Titanic submarine,
Yeah.
one of those ones.
Let's steal a Russian submarine and do it.
Yeah.
A Russian nuclear submarine.
Well, or what we might be
the
able
Red
to,
October.
is that still available?
It might be.
Is that still missing?
I don't know if it's outdated yet.
Do you think that, okay, here's a
It was a nuclear submarine.
hashtag real question.
Yeah.
What if we take a boat out to where they tell us to stop, and we take the flat Earth rocket out to the ice caps?
Ooh.
But what do they call it? I don't know what flat earthers call the ice bridge or the ice dam or whatever.
It's just the ice cap or ice
But
shelf.
it's not a cap,
It's an ice shelf.
but it's round. It's perfectly round.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like an ice donut.
Yeah.
Ice barricade.
Yeah.
Protecting us all from just
Keeps the-
sliding off the disc.
Keeps the water in.
Oh God! Like, and the continents and stuff. Would they?
I like
just,
how they.
if the disc turns, how come the
you're
continents don't just slam into
And
each other?
things
Then
tend to get flat. So yeah, it makes sense. I mean, the Earth would be flat, right?
And it's spinning like a
just-
disc. It just centrifuged itself into a pizza crust.
The question is, do you put marinara or Alfredo on it?
Get out. Get out of your own fucking house. Don't even ask me that. That's silly. We both know it's marinara, and that's the only thing you can have on a pizza. It makes any goddamn sense. Even if it does taste good, don't do it.
You know what the earth is like?
A box of chocolates.
You know those pastries that have the raspberry or the custard cream in it?
Yeah.
That's what the earth is.
Raspberry or the custard cream.
You know the two?
Like a dollop. We're the dollop
What are
of...
those? They're like the pastry. They're
Yeah, they're
like,
Danish.
the Danishes, yeah.
We're the dollop of like fake strawberry puree.
Yeah.
In the center.
And the whole crusty, crispy.
The donut is the Danish fluff.
Yeah.
Hey, Fluff. Yeah. Wow. You know what we could segue now? God, this is fun, though. We could segue since I just mentioned Fluff.
Yeah.
And
who's that?
A good segue for me is always saying segue like 14 times. Really keeps it pretty clean and crisp.
Well, say it like another 12.
Okay, I think a good segue for us, like if we're segueing from flat Earth to, and then we're going to segue into another topic, I think the segue should be what I just said was where I mentioned Fluff, and then I impersonated it as yeah, you know, that I love, and then use that to segue into, you know, what we're segueing into, which, oh no. Is that all the segues I said?
No, you gotta go.
Oh, okay. Well, and then once we've segued into this new topic, we can kind of go back and review when we listen to how good the segue was. And I think if you rate the segues, the way that I like to segue is the best way to do it. I thought that was it.
Was that it?
That was it, yeah. Do you... If it's not, I failed miserably. I'm no super trooper.
Yeah, so...
but the segue I want to go into is
California.
California, your LA trip.
Right, we'll make this like a little quicker here.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
So
does it have to be quick? All right, go ahead.
No later than...
You want meats? You want wings?
No, it's just getting late.
Order me something quick.
Do you want some food?
Sort of.
Okay.
Text him. Text her. See what Sarah says.
Oh, Sarah.
Yeah. Oh, I wish they were still doing that special. It's like they got the patio and they went highbrow.
So I'll talk about this real quick. If you guys hadn't had a chance, I spent about a day on a video that I put together. And I literally spent a day editing that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, why were the speeds so off then?
I meant to do that. It would be funny, but I had first, before I edited it, I have to go through all of it and see what I want to put in there. And that takes time in and of itself.
Yeah, I get it.
So I spent a little good day, and you can see it. And it's one of our only videos,
literally
actual videos. It's me and Fluff driving through Pacific Coast Highway 1 and through the Santa Monica mountains. So
you went with the whole coastal aspect.
Yeah, literally that whole aspect.
Yeah, okay.
But it didn't really get cool until you get to see Dr. Dre's house. You know.
We do see that in the video early on, too. I was really surprised.
And that's actually it. And I was like, yeah. And then I looked it up.
So you had to fact check when you got back.
I did. And it is actually it's actually his house.
Wow. It's right next to the fucking street.
Dr. Dre beach house.
It's right next to the street. Isn't that weird?
It's right on the coast. That's how
it is, but it's like that road is like under his windows. His windows are like 12 feet from the road.
That's the way the whole PCH is. Everything's
Isn't that weird,
on
though?
the fucking cliff.
That'd be weird for me. Like, I wouldn't want to sit on that side with all those windows and watch traffic.
What kind of wings do you want from Beer Stube?
The hotter the better. Oh, just buffalo. Buffalo. It's just buffalo with extra sauce and 2 blue cheese. I like the sound of that. I'm going to let it just roll. You're typing. Are you... Oh, I guess you have to. Are you on a QWERTY keyboard? Or are you just typing? Is it just a list of letters? Yeah.
All right, so
I love the Beer Stube.
Not this last weekend. Just the weekend before, I was out in LA to visit our friend Fluff, who was on episode 9 and 31.
Nice.
I believe.
I think so. And they're labeled with his name if you want to check them out.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 9 and 31. And I got to, part of it was to go visit him and to go see Animals as Leaders and Periphery. And that was an amazing show. And I saw another show with
And
another
Yngwie
band.
Malmsteen too was there. He opened.
Yes, yeah, he was
was
eating
second support.
danishes and shredding on the guitar.
Don't eat that. That could be a whole nother planet.
So yeah, and then I met some of his buddies that are in another band called Foe, which cool dudes.
FOE.
And
Check 'em out.
went to one of their bars that two of them actually work at. It's called the R Bar in LA. Very cool place. Had a lot of fun. Had a lot of smells. Got a haircut.
It's right between the Q and the S bar.
Mm-hmm.
And the Q
great.
bar. The Q bar and
I mean,
the S bar.
I kind of.
I don't know why I went
don't really
there.
know what to talk about on it. I mean, we just did a lot of driving around. I think everybody should check out that video. It's called "Visiting Fluff," I believe, or something like that. Oh, romantic drive with Fluff.
Yeah. And I like it. It's romantic drive with Fluff, and in the beginning, it's like what you're listening to something heavy. In
Yeah,
the first few minutes.
We're
the first
listening to
couple minutes.
Mastodon.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a little different effect, but it was heavy.
And then I added some. I wrote some music to it and put it in the background.
I
That
liked
was
it.
part of the editing too.
I did like that part.
I wrote music on the spot for parts.
Soundtrack. So what was okay? Any landmarks that you want to talk about? Did you see anything? Like I'm surprised you didn't visit more. Well, you know what? I'm surprised you didn't go a little more touristy.
Yeah, I've already been there. I wanted to get away from the city. Hello, Windows.
Well, good news, Brandon Bramshire. Recent Windows Defender summary. No threats were found since your last log on to
Yeah, thanks, Brandon.
Celebrity Jihad.
Yeah.
Okay, going on. Sorry, moving on.
I think the coolest thing for me
Segue.
on our drive was Mulholland Highway, and towards the end of that, it's really not on the video because it was getting kind of dark. We were in the town area called Calabasas, Bassa, and that's where like the
you're right.
rich of the rich live, like Hollywood, like Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith, the Kardashians have places there.
Burt Reynolds.
Probably. It's gorgeous there. You see just like this hill and there's this amazing house and you're like, how did that fucking get up there? You know, just like
Yeah.
shit like that.
It makes you wonder, like, how sad are we going to be when the giant wave comes that
That's probably
when
what's
the
gonna
disc
happen.
tilts and just eradicates like 2/3 of the continent.
Yeah. It's fun. I really don't have much to say about it other than, and I'm not just trying to pull it off. There's nothing really for me to talk about. And so enjoy the video. Had a great time with Fluff. He was a great host. He probably put up with more shit than he needed to with me. So
Hung with some more musicians, which is always cool, right?
yeah, it was a good weekend.
All right. All right. Should we start? So that's pretty much all you want to say about it? Like,
Yeah, I really don't have anything to cover.
oh, I forget it. What kind of car was that?
Oh, that I rented?
Yeah.
I believe it was I upgraded from like a Corolla to a, I want to say a Hyundai
Like a Sonata.
Santa Fe.
Oh,
I think it's like a kind of like a,
I thought for sure you were going to
Yeah,
get like a
that's what I
high
got.
performance type.
it's kind of like a SUV, but not an SUV, you know?
I thought you were going to go Dodge Charger or something.
That's what I rented right there.
I mean, that's nice.
It was comfy, and I wanted something that would fit me, you know?
Was it luxurious?
It was nice.
Would a pug love being in there?
It was nice. It was actually a nice vehicle.
I mean, yeah, I'm a fan of the Hyundais.
It had room, and that's what I
South
wanted.
Korean, not
there's
North
room,
Korean.
You know, like there would be room for you in there too. You know,
So that's supposed to be giving us chicken wings.
so
I'm fat. So all right. Well,
Yeah.
what type of should we start inviting guests again?
yeah.
Is that Evan thing for real?
Yeah, let me talk to him. We'll try to get Evan, our buddy, Evan Ogard from Cold Kingdom on.
His name sounds so fucking Nordic and awesome.
Evan Ogard.
Who's that guy on stage? Evan Ogard with my axe of humanity.
Yeah. Good dude. Should be fun. Hopefully he'll have something to say or two because it's hard to get him talking personally.
Really?
And yeah.
We talked about guitars for a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Because I'm coming from as like a layman, ladies'
Layman's
man.
turn. Yeah.
Um,
That was a little dog
he-
called Chippy.
I asked him a couple things about it, and he about like his preferences and stuff, and he was pretty good at explaining. Like, we talked about pickups. We talked about
He's a very technical
yes,
man.
I could tell. It was a good conversation, and he didn't mind just kind of dumbing it down for me.
Oh.
I could tell that he wasn't like, "Oh, this conversation sucks," because sometimes
He's a
can
pretty
tell.
genuine dude.
Yeah, I could tell. So,
He's
yeah.
probably, in my opinion, in a good way. He's a really one of the most genuine dudes in that band.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I've always enjoyed.
I'm not talking very highly about Jason at all right now. I'm just kidding. Love you, Jason.
Burn.
We'll have him back on again.
Do you think? Yeah, we're gonna have a couple. We got a couple other people in the pipeline, but we don't want to say, but do tune in next week for RuPaul. We're gonna have RuPaul.
Yeah, she's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I forget the.
They are.
Yeah, they're gonna be.
They
great.
are gonna be fantastic.
Hey, again,
Yes,
Adam, thanks
yes,
for
Zim.
joining me. We
Thank
need
you.
to make it more than not oft.
Speaking more regular, I'm gonna take a shit.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good news. We're on for Saturday,
yeah.
so don't fuck it up.
Okay. Again, everybody, thanks for tuning in again and listening to our absolute retarded nonsense.
Yeah,
We love you all. Please subscribe.
No matter-
Please like. Please support. Please tell people about us. We are the Flummery. And that's it.
We out. No matter your Zim, no matter your Zer, we'll be here for him or her.